There we go, Chris. Struggling, baby.
So
Woo!
It's been a rough day.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna bore you with Chris's life story, but
So let me get started.
Oh my God, that reminds me of this stupid speeches I was hearing last night. But we're gonna get into
yeah.
We'll get into those. But thank you for joining us here on another beautiful Saturday. We're starting a little early. We got some fun planned for tonight. But
this is
the pre-game. Yes, definitely. Thank you for joining us. This is your first time. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on the podcast S&P for Twitter and Instagram. We got a ton of stuff going on there. Lots of content for you. You can reach us at the S&P podcast at gmail.com. If you have listened before, thank you so much for joining us again. We are excited. If this is your first time, the Saturday night pregame is just a bunch of buddies. I've had this question so many times. I'm trying to figure out how to answer it correctly. It's just a bunch of buddies, kind of.
Four guys shooting the shit.
Yes,
and having a couple beers before going out.
Hell yes, and it's like, think about it, any pregame. It's
week's topics, stories that happen in your life, just like a recap.
Yes, and then revisiting old stories, jokes, kind of just catching up.
That you weren't there for, but you'll love.
Yes.
Part of.
Well, but
us reciting, wedding crasher lines for like the 1700th time.
If we have to do another fireball, it might happen like that.
Or we'll give you a word for word, rebuttal the replacements. Well, that's it,
Boys, re-listening to episode 39, it goes from we're all cool, and then that shot.
Easy breezy.
It was great. We go from that to
because
a shot.
It's not a shot. It's like a quart. You saw what I put in that one glass.
You know what? He's 100% right. And I wanted to actually... What is it? Is it 50%?
It's 50 milliliters.
50 milliliters. What's the alcohol per volume?
40%-ish.
Okay. So it's not...
And what we're talking about is our shot jar, the fireball that we have to take. We're
I'm trying not to mess with the microphone while grabbing one out. There we go. Oh, that's the honey mustard sauce that somebody's got to chug if they grab it. Great thing I didn't swear.
That's a great test, though, because literally, I was like, who's going to grab that on accident?
33%.
Okay. Well, let's hold this one out here.
I think I'd rather have the honey mustard than a fireball shot.
Let's leave that hopefully we're still good.
It was also because we didn't eat anything.
No, that's the other thing. Oh, yeah, me and Chris,
we did not eat anything. And then it wasn't until I got home that I saw your text message saying, I'm cooking, or I'm making something, or I was like, is this for tomorrow? And you're like, no, tonight. And I was like, oh my God, that's a genius idea. We haven't eaten yet.
No.
Let's eat food.
I ate chicken nuggets that I didn't recall eating until the morning when I saw the plate in the sink.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
I forgot I burned myself until I took a shower. And I was like, why is my arm still... Oh, that's right, because I was cooking with a pan and I caught myself.
We're making some bacon and eggs, Joe?
Honestly, the worst thing to do is to eat at the end of the night. Because you feel that immediately. If you just go to bed hungry with a lot of water, it's 1,000 times better.
But the thing is, you have to drink a lot of water beforehand. Oh, it's not something you can, make up at the end of the night and drink. Because you will wake up with a hangover.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And if you eat a little bit of food, it'll definitely curb that.
Yes. And that's before you start drinking, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Home remedies for how to not be hungover.
Eat a lot of pancakes.
It's drink a lot of water throughout the whole night.
Yep.
Eat before you go out and limit the eating at night. And you will feel pretty good.
I'm a big proponent of waking up at 6 a.m., taking ibuprofens,
and
then I go to sleep for 9 hours more.
Yes, if you can get that extra sleep in, but you're right.
I don't even try and wake up. I just go through the whole thing.
Well, I honestly, going to the washroom last week, I'm not even kidding you. It was every hour on the hour.
Yeah.
That's the only bad part of the water. You're like, how can I have to go to the washroom again? This is ridiculous.
Yep. Well, I guess you want to start the week. We had 4th of July Sunday.
Yes. So Sunday night we had a nice little party at Pat's. It was super nice to invite us all here. And then
we lit off sparklers.
we got help by the whole by beer by my neighbors of the block for sure.
It's not even joking. Navy Pier has nothing on these mothers. These guys have every
is the S word a swear word?
I don't know. Ain't got nothing on King Kong down the block.
Got shit on me. I mean, we literally took our chairs and turned it towards the show.
Our party went from we're gonna light fireworks, woo!
Yeah.
To no, these are embarrassing. Let's just watch the show.
They must have spent thousands of dollars.
Oh, it went from
it was 3 hours.
I mean, they started before the sun was out. They started with throwing a couple.
And it didn't stop for 3 hours.
And then it was Oh man,
They were still lighting off fireworks when we left.
when we left. Yep, they were literally as we were getting in your car.
Yeah.
They were shooting one off. And we're like, all right, maybe we won't get in the car. I mean, I know, you saw us walking here,
Yes.
and you just kind of ran out right as we were like opening the doors of your just firework, powder, smoke.
There was one point where the guy
Covered.
that the guy had a tube like on his shoulder and it's like launching shit out of it. And I'm like, good lord, that cannot be safe.
But and that brings us to the
We've
unfortunate.
definitely cussed all of us. Well, except Chris.
I said shit.
You said on his
Shoulder.
No, I haven't shown that.
fucking shoulder. You
Did I?
said, yeah.
I want to recall that back
Well,
and see it.
listen,
Well,
we'll
we'll find out on
anyways,
Monday,
yeah.
That'll be after you take your shots. so it
Yeah,
won't
we should
matter.
just save it for
Yes.
before we go to the game because then we'll have
Absolutely.
a nice
Yeah, we
little
put it in
ride.
our pockets.
Yep.
That's great idea. Here's the thing. Wait, I forgot. No. Did you guys? And brings us. So we had a really fun.
Are you about to bring it down?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
want
bring it
to
down.
bring it
Bring it
down.
down.
Feel good
Yeah, yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
go for it. Go for it.
I
It's
just
not-
that really said like I could see how people get a little overly confident with fireworks. I know we had
Oh,
nothing,
especially with drinking, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have anything, but by the end of it, we're like lighting them off like right next to not even like running back. When we first started, we were like very cautious.
Well, I thought. Well, we also realized by the end that they were. None of them
To be
were
fair,
cool.
we had established the danger zone
Yes.
of our
Yeah.
fireworks, and we're like, we
But
could.
you could kind of see, like, once you start to feel like, oh, I got this, no big deal.
The little sparklers that Goldberg comes out to, they weren't going to do anything to you.
You know what though?
Come made noise and
That's
bing,
when
bing, bing,
mistakes
bing.
happen.
Yes.
You know, because then the fuse maybe somehow hits weird, and now instead of a sparkler, you just get all of it lighting off at once.
Yeah,
you
and
just
on
get
you.
like,
And
yeah,
that's not good. So,
And
but
so-
and then unfortunately, and this isn't, like, that's not related, but, like, these guys were in a hot tub. Other buddies, this goalie for,
The Columbus Blue Jackets.
he's in the hot tub
is that a
watching his
professional team?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a professional hockey team. He's a goalie. And he's sitting in the hot tub, and his buddies are lighting off the big boys.
Yeah,
NBA.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
shell, right, or
mortars,
mortars,
the
mortars.
mortars.
That's right.
Yeah.
And somehow it tipped over, and the mortar shot and he hit him
in the chest.
And he died at 24 years old.
He died.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna ask.
They
if
first
he-
reported it as he fell.
Yeah, he was
Fall.
like, he was trying to get out of the hot tub and slipped on
Yeah,
the
they
concrete.
thought he hit his head, and no, it was he got hit straight in the chest. That's so insane.
Well, look at the guy with the JPP doesn't have like half his hand because of it.
Yeah, but he was. I don't want to say, but he was kind of being dumb. This poor kid was just. He probably shouldn't have been that close. Those are some bad boys.
Well, they were probably lighting him too close, and they should have
I
been.
mean, if
doing
you're in a
that.
hot tub, the odds are it's on a deck of some kind. And so
Yeah.
they probably wanted to be putting those fireworks. A little, in that respect, obviously, hindsight's 20
Yes,
here.
But again, that's the thing. You get comfortable.
Yes,
around
you get too
them. As the
comfortable.
night
Like,
goes on,
I wouldn't
shooting
have,
them
even if
off.
I had mortars, I wouldn't have launched it out of my yard. I would have gone to the alley.
Yeah,
away
that
from
Oh
the house.
yeah. But I mean, okay. Having said that, I think it would be safe to imagine, not to say you don't have a beautiful home and a gorgeous backyard, but as a professional hockey player, or like, I'm pretty sure they're on a bigger plot of land.
You're saying that
Oh,
my
yeah.
deck is not a nice show?
I'm just saying, you know, man probably had, some space
like
in his
100
Are you saying the
Yeah.
deck that can be blown
Yeah.
over with a stiff
Yeah.
gust of
Yeah.
wind out of there?
His deck's probably bigger than your house.
Mhm.
We're not telling you.
He was
what it
actually-
We're not comparing sizes here,
Yeah,
Pat.
but-
man.
He was at his coach's house, I believe, actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
you're
yeah,
right.
it was his hockey. Yeah, his hockey coach. Yep, he was
Yeah.
out for a wedding that weekend.
Speaking of, usually I go to my boxing coach, and there it gets like, looking back, like thinking about this year, and then, man, it was like, I guess it had to be 2 years ago, the last time we
Yeah.
celebrated the 4th of July, like at a big event. And I think I was there. We would be setting off mortars and stepping like 3 feet away, and just like, and it's like so stupid.
It's
so
yeah.
stupid.
And then the alcohol just like that brings that inhibition down.
Yeah.
And you're just. who
But
cares?
it's also a just knowledge, changing your thoughts and how you think
Yeah.
about things. It's like,
experience. Like you're not gonna. It hasn't messed up yet. Why will it mess up?
Yeah. And it's just
Absolutely.
being smarter, just, even if something bad,
But
for what could happen.
definitely. But probably one of the best fireworks shows I've seen in a very long time.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
One of my
Yeah.
favorites of all time.
Yeah,
honestly.
it was awesome. I've gone and sat with Lauren on the lake and watched them.
Yeah, I've
And
gone
that
to
was-
Navy Pier.
It wasn't as good as that.
This was just, you know what it was? This was constant for
Yes,
like
nonstop.
3 hours.
Yeah.
It wasn't like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. It was like couple big ones.
Yep, take your time.
Then they'd reset,
Yeah.
get them, light them, boom, 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 boom. You could tell maybe they had a beer in between a round, and then boom, 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 boom.
They also
And-
cleaned everything up in the morning when I went by there.
Oh, really?
I was
That's
shocked
nice.
that they cleaned it up.
See, that's awesome.
And I feel like the technology in fireworks are getting way more approachable because they were doing some spinny shit up
Yes.
in the air.
Yeah,
Like
it was
it was
crazy.
stuff I hadn't seen other than like if you did go to Navy Pier, it would be like big explosions.
Yeah.
This had some some aerial, wizardry to it before it blew up in the sky, which was kind of
ridiculous.
Cool.
You're right. Like, remember, like the one white ones that were like, zzz,
they would zzz, and then they'd explode. Yeah.
That was insane.
That was cool.
Also shit all over my yard too. Like I found it was like debris.
We were getting hit.
I went to go pee when I got home.
Yeah.
Fucking shit came out of my hair. I had it in my hair. I didn't even realize. I was like, what is? I was like, oh, that's from the firework.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, my car is still caked in it. I'm hoping it kind of rains. Not tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Get a little wash on it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, 4th of July on a Sunday.
And most people have a Monday off. Yeah, which is so lucky.
It was awesome.
This is the first time in years we've had
a weekend. Yes. Yeah, and because last year was we remembered it was tax season, so we couldn't really enjoy it.
Yep.
This is the first year where like we could just all go out
and COVID, so you couldn't even do like a big group.
Well, we went to Kaiser,
and then before that, that's true. That is true. But that's what we did, but we couldn't get like. It
wasn't until like 10 or 11.
Yeah. So you guys are still working.
Yeah.
And we could only have a small group. But then the year before that,
it was a weekday.
It was a weekday.
It's like a Thursday night or something, I think.
You could do July 3rd.
I think we took the weekend. I think it was a Thursday and we took that Friday off.
It was a leap year, wasn't it? So it went from like a Thursday to a Saturday.
Yeah.
It skipped that Friday. And that Saturday was COVID. And now...
Now it'll be a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it was a good time. And then all you could eat, all you could drink. We went way too hard. We went way too hard.
I want to commend both of you guys, honestly, because I went ham on those burgers. I literally saw 2 different.
You went ham on everything. Those
I did.
Cookies.
Hold on, I'm going in order.
I don't know where you put those food, Joseph. I have no idea.
I legitimately didn't even realize. I was like, oh, I guess some cheese cooked. More than others. Didn't realize there were 2 different cheeses. Just scarfing them down with no distinction, right? And then I start having the shish kebab comes out, and I'm eating that, and I'm like, man, this is so juicy, really coming right off the grill, like just so amazing. And then I thought you had made like the food, and so you made the shish kebabs. You guys are phenomenal cooks. My hats off to both of you. Made some amazing, delicious food. Amazing, delicious food.
I already told Pat I'm coming over about 3:30, not next Saturday, but maybe the Saturday after that. And I'm going to and then
3:30 in the morning? Or?
Oh, yeah. on Friday, so that Saturday, we get our 24 hours. And we,
you get arrested.
It's going to take you for a run over on the trail.
I've got some butcher paper. To wrap it in.
And then we'll put it in your cooler. In the cooler. No, it's a good time.
So you guys made.
Well, how was your? I mean, my Monday was awesome because I didn't. I got to sleep in. We worked out, and we got more food.
We played golf too.
And we played golf.
Yeah, I woke up probably around noon, worked out, and then I just had to teach boxing in the evening.
Here's a great question that you never answered.
Huh?
Why were you sending emails at 4 a.m?
Oh, so I got home and I was cooking the.
This was Sunday or going into Monday.
If you went home at 8, Joe, I would be amazed. I don't know where you can
No.
You send out the podcast at 4 in the morning.
When did we? Oh, so you dropped me off.
Yep.
And so I started doing the podcast. I pulled up something on Hulu, pulled up the podcast, and I kind of like go in between listening, making sure nothing goes on. And then I add all the little things that we have to add so it comes clear.
The accoutrements.
Yeah. And but I passed out while it was doing that. So like when it like renders during that time, it takes like, depending on the length and how much you're doing, it could take more. So I was just watching TV and I passed the fuck out and I woke up at maybe 3:50 and
decided to send the email.
And I was like, oh, it's ready. So I sent it and went to bed. Turned off all the lights.
I thought you were up until like 4 in the morning.
No, Chris texted me.
And then I woke up and I saw that text and I was like, oh yeah, I'll explain this later. But I just like passed out on the couch.
Yeah, because my phone decided at like 6 in the morning. It's like, oh, you're normally up at 6 on a Monday, so I'll ding your email and let you know that you got an email from Joe. And it's like, well, fuck you, phone.
I knew as soon as I sent it, I'm gonna go. They're gonna think 100% that I've been up this entire time.
I literally thought we were past 15 minutes.
14 minutes and 50 seconds right now.
Oh, yes, I'm in. That's awesome. So I mean, last week was a blast. Pregame was. We went real hard in the paint on Saturday though. Sunday was
and my mom went real hard to paint on Saturday.
It was awesome.
Your mom was the best.
It was
Your
awesome.
mom is a
She didn't
character.
shut up for 6 hours straight, I'm pretty sure.
But the best part is you were so embarrassed. And you could see it every time I looked over at you because I was loving it. Because your mom would.
I was also a little hungover, and I was no patience for this.
Your mom would tell a story, and then we would all have conversations. Come back to your mom's story and say, "Oh yeah." Make sure she was like somebody was paying attention.
Yeah.
Then we'd go back into a story.
It was like rotations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably the same story you just said.
Oh no, it was.
No, your mom repeated. Your mom repeated.
It's like a CD. You get to the end and it just goes right.
There were some repeats throughout the night of I've heard this one. This one was earlier.
I think she said that she likes the ones that go the fireworks to go in the air like about 95 fucking times in a row.
Oh yeah. She's like, it's good to see you, Peter. It's good to see you, Chris.
I know.
Joe, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. But that's like that has to be the first time your mom now was in a big group thing, right? I don't know.
I mean, because of COVID. Absolutely.
It was my aunt's birthday, so I took her out to lunch today. It was the first time we were out like with a big group of that like family in a long time.
My mom doesn't remember falling, which she did. She said I only had 2 seltzers and like 2 in the first half hour, maybe.
Well, that was a great thing. So okay, Pat has been telling us.
Pat's notorious for repeating himself about 97 times.
I wonder where he gets it from.
Yeah. We did not put 2 and 2
man.
Have not put 2 and 2
I was thinking it, but you're like the precision of words in that nailed it. So Pat was letting us know he's like, guys, we got a lot of these Bud Light seltzers.
We have to have seltzer.
We have to have a seltzer party, or like we got to drink some of these seltzers on the 4th of July, right? So we hear this, and being the good friends that we are,
we're going to take care of them.
Yeah,
great guys.
So we each bring a pack of seltzers. Because I mean, who needs? And I remember opening the fridge, and there was.
I felt this was coming too, and Katrina kept like hammering out with each other, like this is not going to end well.
It was so, and I came in, and
Katrina kept being like, "No seltzers for these guys."
You know what I love?
No, they're going to bring them.
You know what I love is like Katrina smiled, but she was like, "God damn it!" Like she could appreciate the joke, but she was like, "I don't want more of these." Yeah, it was so good, and what a great harmless joke that is. Yeah, and we're having some.
If you're a fan of the podcast and you want some Bud Light seltzers, please email me and I will send some out there.
Yeah.
And I don't care if 21.
I will pay for postage. I gotta get these out.
They're going to your house.
Mm-hmm. The other better part of that was too is there's an awesome dart game called golf.
Oh, this was so great. Yeah.
And it's just like a nice fun way for the whole party. It doesn't matter how many people, and it goes quickly.
Yeah.
It's a great way to drink.
It really is just fun. It's not like super skill based. You just 3 shots. That's the round for you. Next person. The
best was Pepsi was getting. You thought he was Tiger Woods at the dartboard, and
not so much.
No. And he was getting.
I had a good front. The one game I had a real good front nine, and then it was all
stuff. Yeah.
The last game, literally the last. I thought 4 about rounds were like so good.
Wednesday was Thursday was a rough day, and I was thinking about like the weekend. I was like, man, I can't wait for this weekend. And then I was like, oh, dude.
We should tell that story.
So how you play the game is you get 3 shots. And so it's 1 through 18. And there's specific, like, if you hit certain spots on the board, you get -1, -2, or a hole in one. If you miss the dart board, but you're inside the circle, it's +1. If you're outside, it's +2.
Yep.
And so
there should be a rule if you're not on the board, or you should get a +3.
Well,
like if you just hit your last one hits and bounces off, that should be like
a +3. Or like you missed the board entire. I mean, you know what though? If you are, it's a fun game, and depending on your skill level, it could very much differentiate just like real golf.
I mean, I went from a +20, I think a +12 the first game to like a +3 the last.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, that is true.
So me and Joe, we're fighting back and forth, and I'm playing pretty close to par. Plus maybe 5 at the most.
I got up to like 7 or 9.
Yeah,
and then
I was winning. I was on the computer for the first time,
which was so funny because the previous game at hole number 9 you get a beer.
Yes,
and I was excited for the beer during this one, but then we played the second game, and this is the game that we got
cocktail hole
and the cocktail hole.
You could have got a hot dog, Joe.
I almost cried.
Oh, no, we know.
But it completely turned the game around at that point. Like that, it was like, oh, now I'm starting to hit stuff, and I was starting to come down. And then we were fighting for basically par at the end of the game.
Par, and then so on the last hole, I hit a hole-in-one for -3. And I'm like, and that's probably, as you could probably understand.
And we come in tied.
Yes.
The only reason you got to a tie was because Joseph had the cojones.
Yes.
Who got a par and decided to do your second shot and got a birdie on it. Yeah. That's the only reason. And
so Joe's definitely a little bit more ballsy. And I hit the hole-in-one, and I'm like, yes, this is going to be great. And this is on the second time we played this. On the first time, me and Chris went to hole 18, and we tied it. So we went to a playoff. And then so I hit the hole, and I'm like, nice, I'm going to get my first win. And Joe, first two he misses.
No, it was the first one he misses, and then he hit it on the second one.
Second one he hits a hole, and I'm like, God bless America.
Yeah.
This is the story of my life.
Yeah, this is exactly what you said. God bless America.
Yes. It was, and this is a legitimately story of my life. I'm like, man, all right, now I'm going to definitely lose. So then we go to 19, because playoff 18, you go to 19. We both I hit par, and I'm like, I'm out. And I know, I felt it was coming. I'm like, Joe's going to hit a birdie. I think his first one was a bogey. Second one he parred.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're good. And I'm like, here we go. Next one, I hit the second hardest shot, get a -2, and Joe comes up, hits a birdie. I was like, oof, pars, and then -2, or he just knocks it off the board, and I eventually get the win. But, the other way, Chris beat me, and I was pretty disappointed.
Yep.
World class athlete with darts.
It was like, it very much was like the last minutes of a game, like,
yes,
where it's like
very competitive.
It was so good, like it was so fun. Oh, it was just so great because it was like it had been like, I don't know, it felt so much like watching a game that you would see in a documentary. Yeah, like they were kind of over the board, one guy's up, one guy's down, and then it came down to the last hole, and then they had to play double overtime, and it was like
the most ridiculous is the hardest shot we both hit.
Yes,
that's insane.
Yeah,
you're not gonna.
Did you guys
on the last hole?
Did you guys get a real sponsor after this game?
Oh yeah,
I did. I got Zeus as my sponsor.
I'm just glad I stretched beforehand.
Yeah,
all right. Gotta keep those.
I kept saying mountaintop. Brother was working for me.
Mountaintop. All right. Well, let's get into one of our favorite segments is what's grinding your gears. And boys, let me tell you what.
Oh, baby, here we go. We already had the feel good Peter McGraw story.
Yes, you're not going to feel good today. I've had enough of it. Yeah. No, I was lucky enough to go to a wedding yesterday.
Oh yeah, you were real lucky.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the word you were using last night.
Well, listen, I had a great time.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. I had a really good time. But for me, I'm not, the one probably bad thing about me is I hate Sappy. I cannot take Sappy for anything. And when Peter's
not touched with his emotions.
No, when it gets cryy, I get laughy. I can't look at people who cry. It's
when
tough.
It gets cryy, I get laughy.
And
oh my god, I want that on
that's a t-shirt.
That's gonna be a t-shirt. And let me tell you what, these speeches were heartfelt, and I got it, and I understand. And these are people that they truly, they love, and everybody's happy, and they were good speeches. Not for a wedding. I just don't get why we do these like funeral type speeches. Like we start from when a person's a baby. You're giving me this whole story. Listen, everybody here kind of knows this person's story. And if you don't, why are you there unless you're a +1?
That is a great point.
That's all I'm saying. So
did you know the stories?
No, but
there you go. Now you get to know.
But
I couldn't hear them. They started to cry. I started to laugh.
After the third story, Peter knew the guy's whole entire life story.
Let me guess. In third grade, he fell down the chairs. I know. We all know.
Okay. In third grade, he shit his pants. Terrific. Who gives a fuck? Let's move on.
Oh God. And in my head. So one speech. The father wants to give a speech. You know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Go for it. I get it. This is his time. He's probably paying a lot of money. Have your minute. Cool. All right,
that's where your heart went.
Was the bar
this
open
is your
speeches?
daughter. No. She's leaving.
You're down your dollar. That's it.
He's like,
the bar open during speeches?
No.
Okay, that's
the bar was gone for an hour.
This, ladies and gentlemen, was really grinding Peter's gears.
One bar for 200 guests. Bar closes 15 minutes before we sit down, and the bar doesn't open.
And no one told Peter this, right?
Which is not something I knew about.
So Peter goes to the bathroom, opens his card up, takes a good fitty spot out of it, and puts it back on the table.
No, I asked Lauren, hey Lauren, they don't have Coors Light. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain to you. This isn't your fault. But would you be embarrassed if I maybe went to the convenience store, got it just a 24, throw it in a pack and ice? Wouldn't that be awkward?
Is that a good wedding gift?
You were at the table. You could just shove him under there.
That's what I said. And I've seen it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have seen
Oh, yeah.
But
that
fine.
sounds like a real wedding.
Yes, possibly. Lauren said, don't do that. Okay, cool. All right.
I'm sure that's what she
We'll see how the night goes.
45 minutes into the fourth speech, she's like, damn it, Peter, why did we not get the Coors Light? And I was like, I'm not gonna tell you.
Hey, should have got the roadies.
Yes.
Here's like, Dad, speech. Okay, I get it. Fourth cousin, 5 times removed. Who the hell are you? And why are you giving a speech?
Peter McGrush with a speech. Hey, can we open that bar up? Hey, man.
And poor Lauren sitting there, and I'm trying not to make silly comments on the side. And so I'm just furiously texting Chris and Joe just because I have to get it out because I'm dying.
What I loved is like,
Chris, you could have gone to this wedding.
I would watch this. I
don't torture myself like Peter.
And then we'd have like, he'd be like, oh, there's a person doing a speech. And we'd talk. And like 40 minutes would go by. And he goes, hey, there's another speech. Someone new. And talk. And joke. And then it just kept happening. He's like, there's another speech. There's another speech. And
another
these speeches, like, it's just spanning the I'm like, how many people?
It had to be an hour and a half.
Were they serving food during
No.
Was DJ
So
Khaled?
you're just literally sitting for an hour and a half watching people
Peter's
talk.
like,
can't drink.
Nothing.
Just dry county. I died. I've gone to hell because I keep hearing people talk.
Was DJ Khaled the master of ceremonies?
Yes. He was in the back. Another one.
Another one.
And let me tell you what, I get it. They're heartfelt. This is their time.
That was
Here's the
crazy though.
Lauren brought this up. So, people, if me and Chris are going to do speeches for each other, you'd probably say something nice, right?
No, not going to say nothing.
Chris is going to be honest. These people...
I give it 2 years, maybe 2.5, if you're lucky. If she's really wanting to put up with it.
I'm here for the Coors Light, the Coors Light only.
And see that machine over there? That's my +1. I'm about to go hit that button, let her give me a loud applause because I hit the button. I would drink Coors Light. Congrats. Have a great time.
Well, a couple of the guys, the groomsmen's brothers came up. They're giving these heartfelt speeches. And then Lauren later, a little tipsy,
gets up there.
Might have told me that the brothers and the groom maybe aren't as close as those speeches maybe relate to you.
Oh.
And in my head I'm thinking like, then why are we doing this?
Yeah.
What's the point? We're all sitting here listening to stories that could not be.
People get sentimental. And then they get caught up in the moment,
It grinds my gears, boy.
Not going to get caught up in any moment. Joe, if you gave me a speech at your wedding.
The best what weddings are really is a nice quick, ceremony.
It's a quickie one. You drive through Las Vegas, you get Elvis Day, God bless you, and you keep on driving.
No, I'm fine with if you want to do a ceremony, you want to do it at church, okay, invite people who you think would go. Family, fine. Let's start the meal. You get all your stupid pictures done by 5 o'clock. I want dinner. I want cocktails starting at 6 and dinner at 7. And then 8 o'clock, everybody on the dance floor. So you have 3 hours on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I don't know if Peter McGraw was a wedding planner over here.
Listen, I might have to start my own.
Listen, is the bar open the whole entire time?
From my 6 till 11.
That's the thing. Whenever I get married, it's going to be open bar. Nobody's paying for anything.
My parents closed the bar during dinner because nobody would eat otherwise. Their wedding, they told me.
Oh.
They had to. When my parents got married, they said they were dancing so long and drinking so much they had to buy more beers and pay the hall extra money because they went past the time they were supposed to close.
Wow.
So people were just dancing and drinking, which is like what you want.
Yeah.
I've been to 3 weddings. The first wedding I was at, Brian's brother. Kevin, Mustachio man. Fantastic
super nice
mustache.
Guy.
Yeah,
super nice
great guy. Brian gave a fantastic speech. One of the best speeches I've ever seen in my entire life. Sincerely. I recorded it. I could show you guys. It's a great speech.
Is it better than that music video you did?
We're never going to talk about that. If next time Max brought that up, I'm going to be so angry.
It's so good.
Because it's on a YouTube channel that I don't own anymore, and I don't know. I can't log in. I can't delete it, and he keeps finding it every few years. So, but then the next one, the guy gave one of the worst speeches I've ever heard in my entire life. He goes, my brother used to be, and it started so good. He goes, my brother used to be the
biggest piece of shit ever.
Basically, he kind of he gave shit to his brother, but in a playful way. He goes, he was such a piece of, he was like every bit of that. I'm a workout. I'm going to export. Got to get my gym tan laundry.
Oh, this guy,
he's like, and everybody's laughing, because it's like
he's so embarrassed.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's cute. And then he goes, and then I couldn't expect a guy who took a shower multiple times a day would end up with a girl like you, and it just came out so bad. It was like, Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? What?
And your time's over.
And it was like, and then it was just downhill from there. It's like you tried to be funny towards her, but it's like, there's like a balance, and it just, you was trying to be funny, and it just came off as insulting and awkward. Yeah. And then actually the bridesmaid speech was actually really good. But I mean, the bar was set so low. The bar was set so low.
My Atlanta. And I don't the wedding that I was at, it was the venue was amazing. How they ran.
So you get past the speeches. How's the rest of the wedding?
The venue was amazing. The food was great. The people there, I've never felt so comfortable with people I've never met. Yeah. And that goes to how Lauren just, like, I've been to weddings. Well, I went to like 3 weddings with Jody, and I hated every single one because it was like you just left there and then you got to mingle with people. Did you really like? Not that you can't.
But it's just like, so difficult. It's awkward, and it's just you're like, I don't want to do it. Yeah. Like, I have my friends.
Yes.
I'm not making a friend here tonight, but
if you don't,
I got to talk to someone to let the time pass.
Oh yeah. So, and then a lot of the times, I'm not even kidding you. Somehow,
you should just hit on the bride while you were there.
But so,
spicy move.
Awesome wedding. Like, food was great. Drinks were great. After food, dessert, everything was great. But for me, the speeches and that sappy stuff, it just always puts a sour.
Well, if it goes on that long,
it's like that. Now there's a real solid question that all the fans, all the S&P-Pers want to know: Did you catch the bouquet or not?
No, he'd catch the garter.
No, he would catch the bouquet.
Yeah, I would catch the bouquet. Okay. No, I was in there tumbling that shit. But if it got
you
close,
were shadowing.
I was ready.
I was shadowing Lauren.
The linebacker. What's the office linebacker? I was ready. She was getting knocked out. Like, it was gonna be. It wasn't gonna happen. Not on my watch, boys. No, but
Peter Wire, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was a really good time, minus the speeches, and I just had to get that out. I think if we can start a trend, no speech weddings. That's where
that'd be great.
I can't believe so many people talk.
You went from the godmother to the father to the stepmother, 2 brothers, this, that. I was just like,
I don't remember. I remember Vince and the other guy.
The parents spoke, I think.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it would be the parents and then the best people, the bridesmaid group.
I remember because Gavin had 2 best men.
That's 4 speeches.
2 cousins.
You're out.
I remember the dad spoke.
Can we be honest? Where did the speech come in? What does the speech have to do with the wedding? Like, why are we taking? Because again, a lot of those speeches then come into the person.
They need to get on their soapbox.
It's steeped in tradition. Like, it's like it comes like the fathers were talking.
I'm sure we can ask Katrina and she can give us the official reason why there was a thing if we wanted to.
You know what? I'll do a little homework and I'll figure out why we do speeches at weddings. But besides that, weddings are fun. They're a blast. Everybody's dancing, having a good time.
That's great.
Here's the other thing. Little kids, I don't know about you guys, but when we went I only went to a few when I was a little kid. A couple weddings for cousins.
I only went to one.
I was at a bunch.
But did you guys dance like it was your job?
No.
Or did you guys try to hide and like get the kiddie cocktails and hang outside?
Oh, that's
right. I was.
Kids own the dance floor nowadays.
I was all about the kiddie cocktails, like somewhere off to the side. I'd get pulled into the dance floor because like, oh, you're the cute kid, come on, dance with us, and then you get some like weird lady who's like a distant aunt, and you're like, or some, oh, you're so cute. It's like, all right, and then you get your kiddie cocktail, and you're like, it's almost like I'm drinking, and then you're like hanging out with
There is a trend nowadays where a lot of people don't allow kids. The kids are
all the kids are not. Yeah,
you know what I think?
I kind of get that though because
like my boss's wedding was like that. There was no
TikTok. That's the reason.
Yes, kids are just so much more like they just feel so much more safe dancing. I remember when it was not a thing at all. I mean, our dances.
I think we were up to like a certain age, but like you don't give a shit because you can't. You're not cognizant of shame.
Yes, there's no shame. Yeah,
that is true. But I do think people are dancing more now.
You usually outgrow that unless you're Joe Keneally, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm out here, baby.
People are talking less and dancing more.
Coors Light's in, and he's starting like to feel it.
He starts getting that shake,
starts touching himself.
There's no music, and Joe's in the corner to start shaking it.
Shake.
I've had a beautiful
Beer did do
Bud
the
Light
electric slide 2 times.
I'm drinking a
Coors.
Ice cold, refreshing Coors Light.
And Joe, how do you know it's ice cold?
Well, the mountains, baby.
Do they do this with
Coors Light? So blue.
Here's our 5-second pitch to you
again for like the 40th time.
Saturday Night Pregame podcast. We pregame with Coors Light. You guys are brewing a Stanley Cup iced Coors Light.
Where was that when the Blackhawks won 3 championships? Huh? Where was that?
Who cares? We want a growler of that.
We want to be on your team.
Yeah.
Just hit us up.
So goddamn negative, Ben.
I just want to know where the
we put like 20,
why didn't they do it for us?
We put 20 of the Molson Coors kids into college. Come on.
Yes, it is a twist off.
But we also, because we are going to a Cubs game tonight, we had to get the old stuff.
Another solid favorite of Chris McGraw's.
Do they even sell it anymore at Wrigley?
I think they do.
I don't know. I think
But it's the official. Oh no, that's Budweiser.
At one time, there was one guy that was still doing it.
What a shame.
I think it sold more at
that is
White Sox
interesting though.
stands now.
Certain stands may only sell certain beers, so you have to know where to go in the stadium to get that beer.
I mean, we used to know where the 1060 Wit was. Like
that was right dead center. You come in.
Yep. We'd get about
see if
7 of them. You would be $200 down, but you were happy.
Yeah, but now I've got a couple beers in me. I'm feeling confident. I'm hoping to get on the Jumbotron for my dance tonight.
The other thing is,
I hope that's true.
Sexy Pepsi's in left field tonight in the bleachers.
Nice.
He told us to come visit him.
The other thing is with the wedding is I was DD, so that's always a little tougher too. But Lindsay and Lauren were both smashed. And
Lauren probably takes like 3 drinks to get smashed.
Yes, Lauren was ready to go to the after party. Lindsay from like 10:30 on was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
You're like, me too.
I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I'm just going to go get a cookie.
You should have been like, hey, there's this thing called Uber.
Called
the Uber. Call them up.
The other thing is there was a pastry poof, and it was unbelievable. I just want to say that.
Pastry poof?
Poof. It might have been fed to me. It was awesome.
Oh, there's something in the fridge that you might want to try.
Whoa. All right.
Get it, Chris.
Up.
It's in the white thing, Chris.
Chris, could you give me a glass of water, please?
Come on, Joseph.
And you guys are also welcome to have some of it.
Awesome. Is this the thing that you were telling me about when I first came in?
Is it cheesecake?
No, I didn't tell you anything when you first came in.
You said, I have a surprise for you. You may or may not like it.
This better not be Jello shots.
I feel like you did.
I don't remember saying that.
Did I completely make this up? Is this like a moment that...
I don't remember saying that to you.
I thought you said you had something...
I was watching Justified when you came in. That was all.
No, exactly.
I said I had a poncho if you wanted one.
Oh, that's what it was. And then you gave me a poncho. That's right. Yeah.
Wow, Joe. How we doing,
He was saying like, I have something you may like or want, but not need or want. I don't know. He phrased it weird. He phrased it weird.
Puzzle form.
And then he pulled out a poncho and it made sense. And I was like, okay. With absolutely no context, I had no idea what you were talking about.
That's
I was like, am
I
about to die? Like, is this good? I mean, could happen.
Do we want to get in? Where are we at, Joe?
We're at 37 minutes. It's 4:15.
Okay. We should just cut it.
No. We're not going to just cut it.
I do have, like, a question for you guys, sports related.
Please. Okay. And I that's good because then we can kind of move towards...
What is football?
No. We can move towards the UFC fight tonight that I'm excited, super excited for.
I'm trying to watch more, like, sports stuff so I know sports stuff.
Okay.
And one of the highlights this week was Fernando Tatis Jr.
And then the catch.
Basically doing an insane double jump in real life. Where he got up and then he literally kicked his feet to like get an inch.
It was insane.
With an amazing catch.
It's funny, his dad was like a mediocre player at best.
Yeah, but sometimes that happens. It's either like Michael Jordan's kids were garbage. And then sometimes when your dad, like Steph Curry's
What about
dad,
Vlad Guerrero? Him and his kid are both beasts.
Steph Curry's a great example, though.
Steph Curry's dad was mediocre, but he had the resources to make his son.
He was good in Europe, though.
Was he? I didn't know that. But you're right, though. Vlad Guerrero. But how many guys? Ken Griffey.
I saw Vlad Guerrero hit a ball that was like literally like 2 inches off the ground, and he clubbed it out for a homer. Like, goddamn that man.
His son's fun too.
It's a phenomenal player.
Yeah. Wait, but so Joe, what's your kind of question? Just how somebody can be able to do that, or?
Oh no, my little thing that I wrote down. I wanted to talk about that.
Play. I mean, we'll definitely throw it on Twitter because if you haven't seen it, you definitely see it.
What are we talking about?
Fernando Tatis Jr.'s like human double jump.
It was the top play.
He went like 9 feet.
Did not see it.
So he jumps, he reaches for. He already gets incredibly high.
It's a line shot.
He's not going to make it.
I'll take a look.
And he kicks his feet and gets like just an inch or two higher to get this like ball and catches. I mean, and it's
insane.
It's ridiculous.
You know what? So at the wedding, there was a little bit of talk of Biles, Simone.
Simone Biles. Yeah.
And how just ridiculous she is. Like she's a human. She's like a human trampoline. Like
I mean, she is a machine that's like doing things that people never thought possible.
So she's legitimately the best that has ever done it in hers, and no one will ever be that same because she thinks that she's doing things at the trials, that are just like jokes to her, and she's not even gonna use her good stuff until the Olympics.
I mean, she's done stuff.
Or was that like what's his face, Michael Phelps, who would just like cruise into like the trials and then and then just murder people at the Olympics?
No, she still kicks everybody's butt, but she's not using her good stuff.
Mm-hmm. You mean like Michael Phelps, where he was just like, I'm gonna put
he was qualified. He was
qualified. He would put it into like Gear 3, and then when he got to the
it's like
finals, he'd blow everybody's ass out of the water. Be like,
but she would do stuff like
obviously she has more moves than he does.
Yeah. She would do stuff in competitions that people. It would be like when Tony Hawk did in 900. You're like, I never thought this was possible. Like she's breaking barriers. Human just agility.
Okay, it's gonna be. What's awesome about that with people like this is that the next people who are gonna, so there are little girls right now watching what she's doing. Oh yeah, and they're gonna top like what Tony Hawk did. All those young guys who watched Tony Hawk, and have just destroyed what he has done. Yeah. But I was just thinking when you were talking sports and how crazy his vertical was. Oh yeah, Simone Biles she's just a human trampoline.
Yeah. What about Michaela Maroney who jumped on a roof? Yeah. Commercial guys, come on now.
Yes, that's an Allstate commercial job, just in case you.
It's a Geico commercial.
Yes, it is. It is.
Right. Yeah, Geico commercial where he jumps onto.
She gets the guy's frisbee off the roof.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then they literally just toss the frisbee back.
You know what's kind of crazy? I forget which. It's what's the one commercial where the guy walks around with the people and like shows off like these crazy insurance claims.
Farmers.
Yes, and he's like the bald dude.
Yes,
that bald dude.
Like he's the peanut M&M guy.
Yeah, he played. Yep.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. I was gonna say J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah. He was
J.K. Simmons.
He was in Oz. Yep. And he was in Nazi really bad dude. Every time I see those commercials now, I'm like, I can't. Like,
he's also a lot of stuff. He's also the voice of the yellow M&M for the last 30 years. Yes. Yep. That's him.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes. That's so awesome.
Who's the red M&M again?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you.
But Joe McGarvey used to be the Affleck dog.
He's apparently like a really, 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 really good actor. Like, I mean, I know he won an Oscar, but like he's supposed to be like one of the best like actors out there.
I don't know.
Billy West, evidently, whoever that is.
His portrayal in Oz is tough to see him go from anything else. Me personally,
he's so good and stuff.
Yeah. He's in I Love You, Man. He's the dad.
He won an Oscar for the wow, and he won an Oscar for Whiplash as
what's Whiplash?
That's the Miles Teller drumming movie.
Billy
he's
West,
like a violent teacher.
Voiced the character of Doug from Doug, and does Philip Fry from and Dr. Zoidberg.
Good for him.
That's awesome. Okay, but yeah, sports are good. Do you guys want to jump into the UFC fight tonight?
Yeah.
The big one, Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson.
The Wonder Boy.
I like that Connor's getting a little crazy. I think he needs that.
He's going back to his I think he's getting back to his roots of just like
being a psycho.
I feel like Connor's he's gotten away.
But is it fake?
I feel like Connor's gotten too much into the boxing of it. He's not. He's going more towards boxing than MMA in his style. I think that's what's kind of hurt him a lot lately.
So he's always been a knockout artist though. So he's always been like a striker.
But he's not. But he's been more karate kind of guy.
That's true.
I saw we watched when we went last Friday when we went out, you, me, Lindsay, Lauren, and Chris, and we were at the bar watching, we were watching his fights.
Oh, like his highlight, in anticipation of this one.
He has not looked good. I can't remember.
No, he's lost. He's lost a lot.
I think you put the money on.
I mean, he destroyed Cerrone in like 30 seconds.
That is true.
Yeah, destroyed him.
Cerrone is an outlier with that because Cerrone's just not. Cerrone was on.
But he's also fought 4 times in like 4 years.
Yeah, true that.
I think.
But somebody. When's the last time he fought?
At least. In January.
He fought in January.
Yeah, but I sincerely think.
So this is like one of his quicker turns.
And he looked.
Wait, Joe, come on.
And it was okay. He lasted against Khabib 4 rounds. Like he went.
Yeah.
He lasted 4 rounds. Maybe nobody's really looked good against Khabib, so they can't really. Yeah. That might be an outlier, but he did last. But that 4 rounds.
Also it was 4 rounds of.
Gaethje lasted a round and a half. Poirier lasted 2 rounds.
Yeah, but he wanted to beat Conor for 4 rounds.
Yeah,
I think that was more
wanted
torture,
to
probably.
objectify his dominance.
But Conor also won one of those rounds too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was going to say just from his, what do you call that, like marketing and all the media shit he's got to do beforehand, he's gone back to old Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Like Jose Aldo, I feel like he talked about Poirier and like his wife sliding into his DMs like years ago. Like, dude, your wife wanted to fuck me before she ever met you. Like that sort of level of shit of mind fuckery.
Yeah.
He's getting back into it. So that makes me think or hope that he's going to fight like he did back in the day. Like just that, that what worked for him.
Does he have a chin anymore, though? That's my fear.
I don't know, man.
He's only been knocked out once.
I thought he was knocked out. I thought Nate Diaz knocked him out.
No, he choked him out.
He choked him out.
I think he's been knocked out twice.
Yeah, who did he fight before?
Khabib knocked him out.
One guy very early on in his career.
Yeah, very
technically Mayweather knocked him out.
Who he then just destroyed years later. And then someone, I think was it Poirier?
Yeah, Poirier knocked him out the last fight.
Yeah,
I think,
and that's it.
I think it's an interesting fight in that I think Conor is one of those guys that he's a good counter striker, and I think that Poirier is a rather aggressive guy. And I think that if Conor can catch him in the first 2 rounds, that Conor can win the fight with a knockout. I think if it goes to the 3rd round or longer, I think I'm going Poirier.
That's another thing too. Like once he moved up in weight, that's when he started fighting these guys that he wasn't just like absolutely destroying. So I feel like he does have a chance of kind of recovering after that, like getting back into that. I think he has a real good chance.
Is he at a lower weight or is he at that middle?
It's at 155.
Yeah, so he's at lightweight.
Yep.
Is that?
That's about. He was at featherweight for a while, and then lightweight, and then the Diaz fights were at welterweight.
But he doesn't know
so
what
it's
featherweight is.
too.
Lightweight.
Featherweight 145, 155, 170.
Is he more comfortable at 155?
He's probably
That's probably his most natural one.
That's where the punches that he throws are lighting people up and knocking them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's better.
Yeah.
Featherweight too.
Featherweight was where he was really dominating, but I think he still has enough power and mobility and everything like that.
Khabib was at 155, right? But Khabib is like he's just a monster that destroyed everyone. Yeah. Like his ground game was so disgusting. It was like,
well, that's what you get when you wrestle bears at the age of 6.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like he had a skill that nobody could beat.
It's not good parenting.
No matter what skill you had, you couldn't overcome it. And
okay. So let's go around the table. What do we got tonight? Who's we got Conor or Poirier?
I'm gonna go. This is not my lock. But I'm going to go Conor.
How
as the winner.
And do you have a round?
No, I'm not getting specific with it. I just think he's going to win. I think he's going to try a lot of different shit, so I couldn't even guess. Because I think his ground game's good. Now that, especially after all the training for Khabib, and then...
Well, I mean, Poirier's not a ground guy either. Poirier's a striker.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And his striking's always usually been pretty good. So now that he knows he's... Yeah, anyways. I pick Conor.
Joseph,
no, go ahead.
Well, yeah, you'd be next, dumb fuck.
Let's go.
Yes! He's the one that said it, so then I go and then you go.
Oh, he didn't make a prediction yet. I'm going to go with Conor because I think he's going to get him in the first couple rounds. But if it goes longer than the 2nd round, then yeah, Poirier's in it.
I wonder the same thing.
Chris?
Just to fuck with everybody, I'm gonna go with Poirier.
I think it's a close fight. I can see going either way.
It's so hard. I could see honestly.
When he fought,
I literally have no clue.
When he fought him the first time, I'm like, that's a weird fight to take coming back out of a big leg because Poirier's beaten everybody.
Yeah.
He's beaten Gaethje. He's beaten Ferguson. He's beaten he's beaten all the guys that are in that division except for
who the hell is the light heavyweight?
Olivier. I can't remember.
Charles Oliveira.
It's got to beat Chandler. The guy that just beat Chandler. Became Chandler. That's for the belt. The winner of this.
Why the hell isn't Gaethje fighting for the belt?
I don't know if Justin Gaethje slept with Dana White's wife or what, because he's in his doghouse.
Yeah.
He had that Khabib fight, and you haven't heard from him since. Like I don't know if he's.
I don't quite understand why Poirier didn't get a title fight.
Oh, I read that article. It's because Poirier knew as soon as he knocked out, they offered him the White's like, well, you can fight for the title, or you can get a big payday and get against McGregor, and he took the payday.
Smart move.
Okay. He's like, that's what he said. I think it was 3 times more fighting McGregor than if he had fought.
Fair. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, who needs the belt if you're gonna? Yeah.
All right, and Peters.
I'm going Poirier for sure.
That's why I want McGregor to win, because on a purely entertainment level, he's fun to watch.
Yes,
but he's only fun to watch when he's winning some, and he's been on a big loose streak.
Also, McGregor has his back against the wall. Like I feel like that's got to be the back of his mind. This is he needs to win this fight.
Like strategically, from a money game, he'd want to win this. He'd want to win the next one, and then I think that's it. His contract's over, and he can be like, "Listen,
he's getting the belt. He's gonna get a title fight if he wins this.
Yeah, and so then he can retire on top, and then he can go anywhere and do anything because he's not under UFC contract anymore.
You think he's
and just for purely that, I want to see him
fight with
win.
If he loses tonight, the last fight his contract will be against Diaz. Yeah. If he wins tonight, he's going for the belt.
You think so?
Yeah. You know what's the best part of UFC is most guys are really into UFC, and at the wedding, if you had nothing, so that was another thing I thought about when Joe said I hate small talk, and Joe's great at small talk. I hate small talk too.
Yeah,
I have a bunch of people coming up to me, and between the hey, how was your drive? Where do you go? Like, do you like? So the next logical step for me was
what kind of strippers do you like? Blondes, redheads?
No.
And then no one ever talk to you again for the rest of the night.
Good move. No. Okay,
let me tell you.
I'll tell you this off the air, but remind me to tell you when I sat down at the table, there was a comment, like the first comment of one of the guys there.
No potatoes.
I was like, my mouth was wide open. He had not met these people, but his comment to explain something, I was just like, when I was so eager to see how the table was going to take it. It was great.
Let me tell you, the best question to ask in small talk is, you know what a great idea is? Short the S&P.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. Some guy, I had a guy talk to me about stocks, and I felt bad. Like, they had talked about...
Stop fucking talking to me about this shit.
They talked about like I knew what I was doing. I was like, no, you do opposite of what I do.
My portfolio is looking beautiful. When I get the people who got stock tips, and I go opposite all day.
But no, so it was like we'd be sitting at the table, and it was like you get to a spot where like, okay, I have to take this to a spot where this conversation is going to go a lot longer, or I have to slide out like I got nothing left to say.
We need to squeeze in the Joe C. lock of the week.
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry. No, I thought he was going to... no, you're right. Let's.
I mean, we can go to whatever.
I was just shooting. It was a thought when Joe was saying small talk, and there was a lot of small talk last night, and I got to the point where like
you just kept asking.
The super shows on the small talk.
That's okay. So real quick, if it was my go-to, honestly, especially with small talk, because you got to talk about something they like.
Tip, yeah.
Because it's the easiest way to have a small talk conversation. And what I've learned is you ask them something they're interested in.
Yes.
So I love to go, what do you like to do for fun?
Okay. That's a good one.
And then they'll go, oh, I like to skateboard. And I go, oh, and then you just
you're like 20 questions. You ask 20 questions about the thing. I've seen you do it like many times.
And then they're just talking the entire night.
I just don't have the patience to get to my question too. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I'm sitting there with the can of Coors Light.
Let's not all talk at the same time. Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead, Joe. I was going to say, because then you go, oh, whatever it is, and then you go, I just ask questions that I don't know anything about that subject. So if it was skateboarding, it'd be like, when did you start? Like, was it Tony Hawk that got you? Like, why did you start skateboard? Oh, me and my buddies, we used to steal, and that was like the cool thing. You used to steal? What did you steal? You know, and then you just ask. You
used to do cocaine off strippers'
It's like a choose your own adventure.
How many beers have you had?
I've had half a beer.
It's coming out. You're sniping. I love it. You're good. Where are these coming from? Cocaine off the stripper's asshole?
It's all bad. It's a summer shanty too. This is like nothing.
God, good.
So you gotta when you get a go-to type thing, you just be like, you're holding your beer like, you know, I really like this Coors Light. You know, it's my favorite beer. I think you just go rambling on about it, and then the guy's like 5 minutes in, just listening you ramble about Coors Light and why you like it, and they don't talk to you.
Dude, I think it labels guy out of it.
Hey, that guy's a weirdo. He just talks about Coors Light. Don't talk to him. And nobody bothers you.
Did you hit him with George Costanza? You walk away like too soon. You walk away. Thanks, guys. It's been great. I get my one good line in him out.
Having said that, though, I am terrible at getting out of a conversation.
Yeah,
I am so.
I literally just walk away. I literally walk away.
Yeah, I can't.
You're not just turn around and be like, "Oh, that's great," and walk away.
I know people that have the thing. Like, all right, cool, man. Yeah. And then you just get out, and I don't have the strength to do that. I feel like you got to be in there. Like you're like, all right, I got a thing I got to do. I'm so bad at that. Oh, ending your conversation.
That's great. Bathroom. Got to go to the bathroom. Got to get a beer. Got to go shoot myself for this conversation. Mm-hmm. Any of the above work.
That's that guy at the wedding, like with me, like with the Coors Light. They're like, you see that asshole right there? Don't talk to him. He's an asshole.
So Joe, you want to give us your lock?
Yeah. So my lock,
as we get canceled,
the Joe C. lock of the century or the week
is Mr. Sean O'Malley fighting at bantamweight,
the Sugar Show,
against a Chris Mutino.
Oh shit! I'm fighting tonight.
Chris Mutino.
We gotta give you a pink. We gotta put that dye that you put on the grass today. You gotta put your head to look like that guy.
This guy's just got like a big old green stripe with like two very thin black, like natural black.
I'm so sad we're missing that fight. I'm excited for a Cubs game, but I am.
Oh, we might be able to see it because the Cubs game might not.
We don't know.
That is a great.
It doesn't look like it's raining, but who the hell knows?
Who knows?
Where are we at, Joe?
We're at 57 minutes and it's 4:31. I also think this is not going to be my lock, but it is the co-main event. I think Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is going to win this fight as well.
Over Gilbert Burns. That's interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to throw those both out as soon as we get off here. So
also, you got the guy that we've seen fight like 5 times. We'll get the giant snake, I believe, fighting Greg Hardy tonight.
Oh, was he the fat guy?
Yeah, the guy who comes out to my heart logo line.
I hope he kills Greg Hardy.
Oh, I hate Greg Hardy.
Destroys Greg Hardy.
Can't say.
Listen, and it's not. I get Greg. Everybody should get a second chance. What he did to that poor woman and how he women like what.
Well, also he's never
apologized.
Yeah, he's never he's basically straight up whatever. That's whatever. Yeah.
No, women, people, guys who.
If a guy should be canceled, it should be that motherfucker.
Yes, absolutely. He should not be. And I get Dana White he's good at not listening to, he runs his own show. Mm-hmm. And Trump's going to be there tonight, and he's going to do his thing. And I like that.
Oh, the Donald's there tonight?
Yeah,
Donald?
Poolside.
What's Donald going to do?
He's just going to be there.
He's going to get in the ring with McGregor after he beats McGregor.
He's going to do a little dance with him.
What are you talking about, though, that he lets him do his own?
Well, Dana's going to let him do. Dana does not listen to, everybody.
He's not.
UFC, you should not be doing this during COVID. He's like, F you, I'm going to do me. And I like that. As long as he's not, he's like, scientists said you could do it safely.
Yeah.
We're not going to cower to the media. Mm-hmm. So I like that. I get it. But I also think Greg Hardy is just an absolute scum of the world, and he should have went to jail for longer.
When the NFL knows you can play and they still don't keep you in the NFL, that's how shitty you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
You basically have to kill somebody to do that.
But also this is a teaser from last week. I don't know if anybody's got a good. Hopefully, we got one feel good story. But at this point, I hadn't looked one up, so we'll find one. But I just we teased this last week. My new absolute love is to listen to police interrogations.
How's this a feel good story?
No, I said
here we go again.
Before Chris on Fridays we work together and we listen to.
You hear about it all the time.
Yeah. There are so many good police interrogations, and it's literally there's got to be a playbook for the police officers. Like it's always the same kind of. Like it goes like this, like just tell us the story.
Yep.
Just tell
talk to us.
We don't, and then it goes to like, Jerry, that's not right. Jerry, you're not telling us the whole story. All right, come on, Jerry. Okay, Jerry, we don't want you to be a monster. We don't want you to be portrayed as a monster in the news.
We want to hear your side of the story because if we find out you did this, then the media takes the narrative and then they pictures as monsters. So we need to hear how it happened. Listen, you just ask questions. You're like, this is terrible. No, I've also watched
and people fall to this.
Fuck ton of this. And they're like, all right. But this is like, it is like a mental game. And it is a time game. You notice with all of these.
Yes.
Like, it's just a matter of
also, most criminals are not very smart, so they get caught up or they're not,
so this is
even the smart
ones. Well, the smart ones say, I want a lawyer.
Yeah, but they still can.
But in Canada, you know what's crazy? So Canada is the best to watch because they're so nice to them in the beginning. Oh, yeah. They bring them Tim Hortons, they bring them McDonald's, they bring them like meals, soup, blankets, very nice to them. But then when you say I want a lawyer, they're like, why? You're a man, you can talk for yourself. And it's like, wait, that's not how that works, I think.
Yeah.
You can't do that now.
In the U.S., you can't. In Canada, you can say, I want a lawyer 7 times, but they can just stay in there.
They still, there are, especially if you watch those interrogations, it's like, I want my lawyer. It's like, all right, we'll get your lawyer. But, tell us.
You gotta pull the Chappelle show there.
While you're waiting, tell us.
No, you gotta plead the fifth. That's Pat's absolutely right. You have to scream.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, and remain silent. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to be upset
about
my community.
The worst one, but kind of the funniest one is, and I you got to feel for this family because she's a grandmother, but you don't see this in older people. This guy had to been 75, and he had a girlfriend, and they would go dancing every Saturday, have a good time, and she was kind of she was an older lady, but she was enjoying life.
Yep.
So she was kind of getting around a little bit, and this guy was very possessive. And she's like, I'm kind of done with you. So she dumped him within a week, had a new boyfriend. She's also 72.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This guy would stalk her and then eventually, unfortunately killed her. And then at 75 years old, hid her body and the cops had not been able to find her. And so...
He's got a lot of experience. He's been watching a lot of crime shows. He knows where to hide a body.
Yes. It's insane. But so they got him in the interrogation room. They give him a Big Mac. He's like... in a very Scottish accent. It's like, this is my first Big Mac ever. And this literally eating this Big Mac while this guy's talking to him. And he's just so enthralled by this Big Mac at 75 years old. It was insane. But by the end of it, they're like, hey, and they give him all the steps, like, you're done. Like, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. The family wants the body back. And he's like, no. Literally just like, they're like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, no. And he's like, and they're like, but we have all this evidence. He's like, well, okay, it sounds like your case is solved, but I'm not. I didn't
do it. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, is he saying he didn't do it?
Oh, yeah. He's like, I want my lawyer. And this guy stayed in there for another hour. Just and everything, it would go around. They would have like start a conversation. Like they would talk about like the weather.
Yeah.
And then it would try to come back to like, the weather. What was the weather like when you hit the body? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I would like my lawyer. I was dying. Like, and this was like 4 hours of just them back and forth, and you could just tell.
I would like my lawyer.
How pissed.
You know what it is? At that age, you're so patient. You've lived life so long. You're like, dude, you think this is a long time?
Oh, we got time. We got all day.
I'm twice your age, kiddo. Like,
yeah.
I've taken shits longer than this.
Yes.
Like, it's just like,
it's insane.
It's a very different mentality.
And but he's also little senile. He's like, you guys couldn't just come to my house and do this there? And they're like, you understand, you were under arrest for
Tim Hortons across the street, man.
He's like, you're under arrest for first-degree murder. He's like, so you don't think I'm going to be able to go home tonight? They're like, you're never going home.
Yeah.
And then he's like, these jails aren't built for comfort. Like, it's really not good here. Like, I'm cold. Like, I don't have a blanket. I have a pillow. You got to get a mattress. And the detective's like, this isn't the Holiday Inn, bud. Like, like, you're going away forever. And he just was not getting it at all. But, that again, just the stupidity in the world when you see it, like, and you can watch this. Like, you can't understand how this happens.
Yeah, it's... I do have a feel-good story.
Hit me, baby.
It starts out dramatic,
okay.
But it was on the web. It was on the
old interweb?
Internet.
On the line.
And I believe it took place in South Africa. And there's this cash. Like we have the I forget what you call them, like the security details that pick up cash from stores.
Yes.
What do you call them?
Brinks trucks.
Brinks trucks, but what is that? What is that?
Armored truck.
Yeah, armored courier service. Yeah.
Armored courier service. Armored truck. There was one in South Africa, and they're built bulletproof, like no matter what. But one started taking fire.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's like a 45-year-old something, like just lifelong. I don't think he was in the military or anything, from what I understand. Started getting fired on, and just took complete control of the situation. And he ended up getting he walked out of it.
Is insane.
But it's a dash cam footage of him, and you see the guy he's with kind of freaking out a bit. And this dude is so calm, cool, and collected. And you read the story about this guy, and he's never been in a situation like this. But it is so incredible that in moments of complete chaos and near death, how some people are just so zeroed in and be like,
it's insane.
Listen, like,
I wouldn't be that way at all.
He's like, I gotta get out of here. That's the first thing I gotta do. And you could see he turned around on the expressway to go the other way because they had barricaded the side. So he goes off and he's getting his gun ready and he's just ready to go. And it's this dude was so zeroed in. His training was great. It was a fantastic. And he thankfully, knock on wood, walked away from the whole situation. The police were able to come, and then the guys were caught. But it was it's such an intense video because you're watching, you're like, what the fuck's going on? All of a sudden you hear, thump, 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 thump. And it's you're like, is somebody bang? Oh, those are gunshots.
Hitting the windows.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That is such insane. But Africa is just crazy.
Oh, it is. It is so.
How about Haiti and their president getting assassinated? That's kind of crazy.
Oh, man.
I have not looked into it at all, but I know that everybody else, the world is kind of freaking out about it.
Haiti's a very poor country.
Yes, and unfortunately, that earthquake that hit them,
they've had a very rough time.
Well, that's pretty fucked up stuff.
And God knows where it's going to go, but they don't really have an. I think
some Americans were involved.
Yeah, unfortunately,
but I don't think they were CIA America. They were Americans that work with
it was Obama.
Yeah, but the weird part is they don't really know why. They haven't really figured out.
I mean, it might not be any conspiracy. Somebody could have just been
well, yeah, but they don't know if they're trying to change politics or what.
Oh yeah,
the guy just got assassinated.
That's a crazy thing. Back in the day, I was listening to a podcast of a guy who's a little bit older, 40s, 50s, and he was saying when we were growing up, assassinations on the president was just a thing.
Yes.
We saw JFK.
Yeah.
We saw someone attempt on Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Gerald
Ford got shot too.
Yep. And he goes, these are things that just happen. He goes, the kids today, now you hear about like attempted assassinations and people freak out, and it's like this is at least when we grew up, this was a very normal thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and it's just like there's been such a time of peace. But I was going to say, those people had assassinations. They had an agenda. They had a message. But they didn't have the platform anymore. So now it's like, what was this person doing? What was their message?
Yeah.
It wasn't just somebody tried to get him or somebody killed the president. We got to get this guy. Now it's like, what's his agenda? Was he working with an organization? Like, it's just so much more intense now.
But think about this,
or at least now we know about it.
Think about shootings. Like, we're almost numb to it.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, how many mass shootings were there last week?
Dude.
Insane amount of mass shootings.
What do they define as a mass shooting?
I think it's over 3 people get shot.
Oh, Chicago has like 4 of those a weekend.
Yeah, but
I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
I think it was 4 last weekend.
Think of the first, I can ask this question, I know your answer. What was the first mass shooting that you recall?
It's Columbine.
Columbine.
Yep.
Yeah.
It wasn't
the first one, I'm sure.
It wasn't, but it was the most like
newsworthy,
crazy thing. And
I think it was the first teenage.
Now that type, and now that type of shit happens a lot, especially in the last few years.
Not even big news.
Nope, exactly. You just completely when Columbine happened, that was probably the closest we ever came to gun control in this country ever. And now it's
even at school
to me if you want to say that there's gonna be gun control in the U.S. when they shut up the elementary school kids, if there's not gun control for that, there is never gonna be gun control. Yeah. What worse could be? You got little like second graders getting murdered for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, but not even gun control. It's just like common sense.
Mental health.
Oh, and a lot of it comes down to like a mental health thing.
That's but we turned Joe's nice thing into.
Can we end this? That's a great way to end this podcast. On a great negative note here.
Okay, let's end it.
I'll give you a fact to end it on.
Okay.
What kind of definition of mass shooting is it?
No, it's not.
Which was actually 3 to 4 deaths, not 3 or 4 people shot.
Again, that still happens in Chicago.
Yeah.
The first recorded mention of whiskey is from an Irishman dying of alcohol poisoning in 1505 during Christmas.
Okay, but
what a hero!
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah,
it's positive.
I didn't say it was positive. I said it was a fact.
It is a fact.
Listen, he probably died a happy
First recorded mention of whiskey is from an Irishman dying of alcohol poisoning in 1505 during Christmas.
What was recorded? How was it recorded?
Pat, shut the fuck up. You're going to take this negative again. We can't go down that road.
I was wondering if it was like an audio or they wrote it down or what.
You know what he did?
Did you say audio for 1504?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no audio.
What recording device existed in 1504?
You know what he did?
We played a record on a piece of stone and we figured out.
No, what he did was he picked up the telephone. He's like, "Hey, Domino's, I'm dying of alcohol poisoning. I can't have that. You cancel that pizza."
I wonder if they're like, what did you drink? What killed you? And he's like, trying to say words, and whiskey just came out.
The 1504 is not a lot of options. They got to record on something. Like it was a paper.
It's got to be written.
Probably somebody wrote it down.
Whiskey, I'm dying of. Fuck you.
Bye!